and that's totally fine. But anyway, guys, welcome to Dungeon Nytes. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a stream marker right here. I know we're starting a little later than we normally do, even when we start late, but there's a good reason for that. We were putting we were crossing our T's and dotting our lowercase J's for this one shot tonight for your enjoyment. So, to give you a backstory. And thank you so much for the host. I appreciate that. Give you a little backstory on the world of Theros. Theros actually comes from the Wizards of the Coast Magic the Gathering property and has now become an entire source within D&D that just released in June of 2020. So this month as of making this one shot. And I wanted to do something with it because I love this like time period. I love the Greek time period. I love Greek mythology. I love the interactions of the gods. I grew up watching the Hercules and Xena shows, which I know are terrible in terms of actual Greek lore, but are so much fun to watch, and the adventures that you would go on. It was just amazing.
Xena was my jam back in the day.
Right? And so there's so much about this time period and its rich kind of wells to dip into. You have, mythical beasts. You have gods that are active in the world. It's a very interesting time. So now we have this world to play in within D&D that's actually been provided for us and fleshed out and all kinds of wonderful things. So I said, hey, our bard Cataract, aka Bamir from Dungeon Nytes, had to be away for a couple weeks. Last week we took the week off because there was just a bunch of stuff going on in the world, and it was too much to try and come up with something on the fly. But I figured, you know what? Hey, let's try and tackle a one-shot of Theros this week, and then we'll go back to regular Dungeon Nytes next week. So I hope you guys enjoy tonight. I think we're going to have a really good time. And it's my first time ever doing a one-shot as a DM. So it's going to be probably a little clunky, but you know what? It's going to be fun because I say it is. Anyway, let's take a quick hot minute to introduce our new characters. We have all the same familiar faces, again, minus Cataract. We have Cospain, we have Gage, we have Mr. Savage and Mr. Fated, respectively. And so we'll start with you, Gage. Tell me about Sunrun.
Yep. So I'm playing Sunrun, who is a female Triton paladin. A little bit about her. She's very much like that quintessential knight personality. Her goddess is Thassa, goddess of the sea, and those things sometimes tend to conflict with what Thassa and what a paladin would really want for society.
Ooh, interesting. Anything other special or just?
Yeah. So I guess something in her backstory is that she actually was chosen by Thassa when she was out at sea once. A whirlpool pulled her down, and Thassa spoke to her and chose her as one of her, I guess, knights in a sense, and granted her a trident of a trident of warning to always warn her of danger, and then a decanter of endless water, which I don't know what those are. Those are funny. You can basically have it stream 1 gallon, 5 gallons, or shoot a geyser of 30 gallons of water at something.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that item. That's a pretty neat item.
It's fun. It's just a fun item.
It is a fun item. All right, so Kaz, do you want to tell us about Ilfane?
Ilfane is a Leonin fighter. She was pretty much born and raised into the arena, as she was able to fight her way out of it. Unlike most in Theros, she does not have a deity. She only believes in her fierceness of battle and her wits.
I like it. Mr. Fated, tell us about Balthus.
Balthus is a rather flamboyant cleric of Erebos, who is a death god in Theros.
Flamboyant cleric. I like it.
You'll see.
Oh, I bet I will. I'm excited. Savage is like, I don't know if I want to see this.
Oh no, I want to see.
I
No, we're
wanna
gonna have some.
see.
The satyr's gonna have some fun tonight.
We're gonna see.
And you're a satyr. That's the other part. You're a satyr flamboyant cleric.
No, I'm a human.
no, he's human.
He's a.
Oh,
he's a satyr.
you're the satyr. That's right. So you're the human flamboyant cleric, and you're a satyr. Savage, tell us about Silurus.
He comes from afar. He's just kind of a traveler. He likes to go around meeting new people, and being the center of attention. So that's gonna be fun.
Oh boy.
A bit of a harlot.
He's a sorcerer. He likes to cast spells, probably when he shouldn't. So he's gonna have some fun.
I'm excited. So one of the things that I talked about again in kind of prepping this world, and when I mentioned the fact that we should do a one shot with this crew, is that go outside your comfort zone and let's just make this fun. I'm going to be doing lots of things to test my own capabilities as a DM, and also to have fun with you guys in new capacity. So I'm happy that you guys have all taken very different characters from your characters in the standard Lost Mine of Phandelver campaign, and let's just get into it, shall we?
We should.
You guys ready?
Yes.
You ready?
My body is ready.
Body's ready. Let's go. All right.
Is your body ready?
I mean, no, but yes. Welcome, everyone, to the one shot in Theros. We find our group of heroes in a bathhouse in the city of Krymnos. Krymnos is a place that is favored by philosophers for its simplicity and its dedication to that simplicity. Our heroes have just defeated another Hydra and saved another village and have come here for a bit of respite. And while they are in a bath together, reminiscing about their tales and nursing their sore muscles, there's a face on the wall that is a bust of the goddess Ephara. And it starts to move. And it speaks to you. Heroes, I need you. Beckon to my call.
Silurus is gonna look over at Belthus and just quizzically, like, did you hear that?
I didn't want to.
He's gonna get out of the bath that he's in and kind of shake his furry legs off and try to figure out exactly where the sound came from because he's not sure.
Come here. Come here, my satyr friend.
I'm gonna. Balthus is gonna climb out of that same bath, and is not gonna bother clothing himself. He's just gonna follow Silurus, naked.
I will approach the bust.
Sunrin knows that Ephara and Thassa are on good terms, so she just shrugs, gets up, and heads over.
And our Linus stays in the bath.
Yes.
Heroes, thank you for coming to speak with me. My power is being tested in Altrisos. Altrisos is an important city to me. It is currently under siege by an unknown threat that seeks to do something that I am not yet aware of. There have been mass killings nightly. There have been dark figures roaming the city. And as this city is somewhere near and dear to my heart, I need you to go and protect it. You are the closest and most capable group of heroes, and I fear there is grave danger coming.
Are you gonna pay me? Honey, I can't do anything for free.
You will find much favor with Ephara, which will gain you much favor in Miletus.
I could always use a bit more fame.
Sunren shakes her head.
Do you hear
and-
that, Illithane? It's for glory. Are you coming?
There is battle. I will be there, and you know it.
I suspect much battle. If nothing else, to root out the insurrection that's happening within the city.
I'm gonna walk back to the water where Illithane is and cast Chill Touch. And it's time to get up. Let's go. Glory awaits.
Illithane's gonna snarl at him and slowly, begrudgingly get out of the water.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move the hand over to Silurus and like pet one of his horns and pull on it. Come back over here, honey.
Doesn't take a lot of convincing for me to walk back over there.
As you
While
both
this is all going on, Sunren is actually going to her gear and getting ready to leave.
As you do, the bust of Ephara starts to fade. Heroes, go to Altrisos. I will meet you there. But please hurry. The town, the city, these people are in grave danger.
We'll be there in 2 shakes of this lamb's tail. I'm gonna slap Silurus on the ass.
And as you do, the bust of Ephara fades back into just nothing more than an inanimate carving on the wall.
Save the celebration for later, Balthus.
I wasn't celebrating. I was just having some fun. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
At this point, Sunren has all of her gear on and is looking at everyone. Are we ready to go yet?
I do believe I need to get dressed.
Make it quick. And she walks out the bathhouse to wait.
I'll dry off and get her gear on and together and head out.
I will do the same begrudgingly.
I'm just gonna
With protest.
dry my fur. I don't wear pants. I have fur.
As you gather your things and you prepare yourselves, you head outside. Some of you have horses. One of you has something else.
Yes. Sunren is brushing her Pegasus as they come out.
Does your Pegasus have a name?
Can't look.
That's an inside joke. Anyway, so as you mount your horses and your Pegasus, you make way for Altrisos. It is a 2.5 or so day journey to get there. And as you arrive, a cat summons me to my door.
I bet that cat has a deity.
I'm gonna call your Pegasus Peggy.
Look.
I knew a man with.
Yeah,
that
hey,
many
when do I get a
pets.
ride on Peggy? You know, why do I always gotta walk?
You have a horse as well. You're not riding the Pegasus.
The travel to Altrisos is actually quite nice. You're traveling along many grasslands. The territory of Miletus that you are going through is primarily a human-run area. Miletus in general favors philosophy and intellect and reason and logic, and as such rules with much prosperity and equality and diplomacy throughout its entire territory. As you make your way to Altrisos, you talk amongst yourselves and reminisce about how you remember the story of Altrisos and how you can understand why Ephara might be very keen on saving this town, as long ago it was fabled that she rescued the city from ruin from the attack of a giant kraken by erecting an enormous wall protecting it from the sea. Since then, this wall has become a gate with two large chains that have to be pulled simultaneously in order to raise and lower this gate to open the port, which is the heart of this city. And in the time past, since she saved the city has been built up with high walls around it, with many carvings of Ephara throughout the city. And if you were to take a bird's eye view looking down, Altrisos would be in the shape of an urn pouring water into the Siren Sea. As you approach Altrisos, you see these high walls, and I see more distractions. Yeah, un momento. Okay. As you see Altrisos, you can see its high walls with large carvings of Ephara across many of its extremities. There are two large gates, one at the northeast end of the city and one at the southeast end of the city. You approach from the southeast gate, and as you do, you can see that it is open. It has an enormous portcullis, which is unusual for this time period. Many of the cities were quite open, and it almost has a medieval feel to it, almost not of this world. As you enter upon a bustling market district, which, despite the kind of description that Ephara gave you in Panic, seems to be hustling and bustling quite normally. You see large structures with very, Greek columns and red tile roofs. Everything is white and beautiful. You hear sounds of the sea. You smell the salt in the air. And as you look around, you notice that people seem a tad uneasy, but everyone still goes about their way. And just as you enter into this district, a bust of Ephara animates to the left of you. Heroes, welcome to Altrisos. Thank you for getting here so soon.
Sunrin puts up her hand. Yep, we're here. What do you need help with? Everything looks fine.
Go to the temple. My servant will meet you there and let you know all that she knows. And with that, the bust goes back to being inanimate once again.
Gotta learn how to animate busts.
Anyway, let's head to the temple. Sunrin continues heading towards the temple.
To get to the temple, you pass through the center of the city, which is an enlarged harbor, and you can see where some of the sea pours in and where ships are able to make port. There are all kinds of vessels. There are war vessels. There are merchant vessels. It seems that there's a large contingent of going in and out as you go, and you see towards the far end of the harbor where two cliffs meet this large gate structure, where this wall is submerged with two enormous chains with very large mechanisms on either side of this harbor that must pull and erect this gate, keeping the port safe when need be. The temple is in the western side of the town, and it is on a hill overlooking this harbor. So as you pass through, you can see the ships, you can see the docks, you see all kinds of manners of deck workers and fishermen and some soldiers even. And as you do, you make your way through the upper class district where there are very lavish homes, must be the homes of their, philosophers and various diplomats that are being housed in this area. And just beyond that, up a hill, on this brick-laid path, you see the Temple of Ephara. It is very large, probably 60 feet high. Very large columns going from the base of the steps up to the roof. The roof is painted blue in almost a shade of the sea. It is a calling type presence to you. And coming out of the main entrance to this temple is a woman, dressed as you would assume a priestess would. She has a toga that is draped across her entire body. She is wearing it up in a hood. She seems to be quite young, and she has a brooch of Ephara on her right shoulder. And she approaches you. You must be the heroes. Ephara warned me that you were coming.
Well, she did mention glory, so here we are.
Well, I don't know what she told you, but all I can tell you is we have a huge problem here. I'm the priestess Gabrielle. I run Ephara's temple here. For the last month, there have been random killings, once nightly. It varies from commoners to diplomats. The people have been unsettled, and there has been talk of some new deity coming to crush the city.
Rest your heart, Gabby. We will take care of this hastily.
Well, I don't know what there is to take care of. First, you need to find out who this is. And secondly, I'm worried about the nature of the people. They have gone from dismissive to continually scared. They are starting to believe that this could happen, that there really is some deity that is going to come and destroy our city. I mean, this city is guarded by Ephara herself. She's defended it from a kraken in the past. Her face and her love pour out from every surface of this city, and yet the people still doubt her. It's weakening her presence here. I fear if we get too much further into this, that Ephara may not be able to protect this city for longer.
And you have no idea what deity this could be. I know Ephara isn't on best of terms with a couple other gods.
It is a god that no one's ever heard of. They're claiming it is the god of all gods, Kryxos. Supposedly he can control the Nyx itself. I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. It doesn't make sense. How can other gods let this happen?
So what would you have us do?
All that you can do, you must find who these acolytes of Kryxos are and question them, stop them, find out where they're coming from, what they want. But it is getting late. As the sun is setting, I must beckon you into the temple. It is one of the only safe places left in the city.
All right.
Lead the way, lass.
Gabrielle turns and she assumes that you are going to follow her. You follow her up ivory steps that lead you up to the temple. As you approach it, you can see that at the crown of the roof, at the center of the columns is yet again another bust of Ephara. And as you walk in, the room expands and is well lit with an elaborate set of marble columns aligning themselves in rows on either side of the room. There are large candelabra hanging from the ceiling, must go 20 feet down, burning bright with embers. And at the end of this temple is a very large statue of Ephara, complete in all of her glory, holding a sword and shield and a hair wild in the wind, a very grandiose depiction of Ephara. You can tell that the people must love and revere her much. At her altar are many gifts ranging from food to flowers to gold to money, all of it untouched out of respect and reverence for the goddess. Gabrielle beckons you to a side room and says, "This way, you'll be able to sleep here."
As we're walking through, I'm gonna glance at the giant statue, and I always did have a thing for strong women, and then shoot a glance at Eliphane.
Don't even try it.
I haven't tried anything.
I think that's the point. I think he wants to try it.
Sunren shakes her head. Let's just get everything set away for tomorrow.
It is approaching evening, and Gabrielle brings you dinner. Very lavish plates of both meat and fruit and vegetables and wine. Says, "I hope that these will all be to your liking. I am trying to be the best hostess that I can, though I fear that we don't have much time. Please go investigate at first light."
Do you have more wine, honey? I'm going to need more.
We do. She kind of looks hesitantly at you at that request, knowing that, of course, she has more wine, but you're also supposed to be here to help, and doesn't think it appropriate to get you drunk.
Oh, I'm not going to get drunk on this little bit of wine, honey.
I'll bring you an additional carafe, but beyond that, I
Thank
think
you.
it's good to get you rest.
It helps me sleep at
Sunren
night.
puts up her hand. It's no need, and she slides her wine over to him, and then she pulls out her decanter.
Well, down the gullet.
As you're drinking wine and eating food, you hear a large noise crack outside, and a booming voice.
"People of Altrisos, bow before the might of Kryxos. Fear him as he enacts his might upon your city."
No. I'm
I
drinking.
don't
Leave me
tend to
alone.
get on my knees for just anyone, but I will hear you out.
You hear the sounds starting to rise outside as there are cries of people in pain, in panic, fleeing. You can hear pots breaking. You can hear what sounds like fires starting to burn.
Sunren immediately gets onto her Pegasus. Okay, let's go. And
Time to-
heads out.
Time to get to work.
Thane's gonna immediately follow Sunren.
To
I'm
glory.
gonna get up and take one more drink of wine, grab my mace, grab my shield, and just walk towards the exit. Standing a little bit more upright, almost like I enjoy getting into a fight, but more because I want to protect the people around me. I want to keep them safe. I don't want them to die.
Less people to have fun with.
the jokes go aside when it's time to get serious.
As you start to exit the temple and you reach the main corridor, you can see that the statue of Ephara animates just slightly, as just the eyes and the mouth of her statue can seem to look at you and to talk to you. And she says, "Heroes, quickly, my power here fades. I would love to help you more, but the people don't believe in me. Give them reason to believe and I'll be able to help you. But please go quickly. They're being slaughtered and they're trapped." As she says this, you walk out the front door or the front entryway of the temple, and as you stand over the steps and you can see the entire city, you can see that there are buildings on fire in all districts, in the market district, in the art district, in both of the housing districts. Black fire is starting to erupt and consume everything. As you look to the sky, you can see that dark clouds have amassed in the sky, and it seems like they are burning with black fire from something above them. And as you do, 4 immense bolts of magic descend upon the city, one at each of the gates entering the city and one on either side of the port gate. And as that happens, you hear cracks and sizzling and big flashes of light. And when that light fades, you can see creatures have been summoned. At either gate is a Doomwake giant, large, imposing, seemingly blocking the way out. On either side of the port are additional Doomwake giants that begin grabbing at the chains to lower the gate to the port. You can hear Ephara's voice call to you from still inside the temple. "Don't worry about the gate. I'll take care of the port. Go to the gates. Let the people escape. They're dying."
I always did love a challenge.
I guess we're going to the gate.
Sunrin flies up with her Pegasus. Is there any immediate fires that need to be put out in the way of people escaping?
There is nothing immediately blocking people's escape. However, you do see that these giants now stand imposing in front of each gate. In addition, you see what looks like lions standing beside them, stopping people from being able to leave. You can see that there's lines of people that keep attempting to go there, and more people are flooding the areas outside those gates trying to flee, but they can't. You see people jumping on ships in the harbor, attempting to go through the gate, but realizing that the gate has been raised because it's evening, and they do that every night to protect the port. You can also see that there are hooded figures standing next to the gate, next to the port gate giants, and additional hooded figures that seem to be moving more purposefully, exiting the city unaffected by the lions or the giants protecting them.
Sunrin yells out and relays this information to her party.
Lions, you say? Family of yours, Ilfang?
They're no family of mine.
Look,
me,
enough with the jokes.
enough.
We have to save these people.
Sunrin, give me a perception check.
Okay. 14.
From the distance, you can just see that they appear to be lions, but they also appear to have different properties to them. They don't seem like your normal standard lion, but you can't quite make out what they are.
How
The
far are
sound
we
of
from them right now?
screams continue. You are across the city, so I don't want to put it in feet, but you're a good ways away.
Shall we party?
And we're closest to the gate number 3, is what you marked it, right?
The southeast gate, yes.
Yep, southeast. Okay. Okay. Look, we have to deal with this. Let's head to the southeast gate and then move up to the northeast as quick as we can. And she just takes off flying.
As you fly, the party runs below, and you meet into the, or you cross into the upper class housing district. You're ready for a fight, but you don't see anything challenging you in this area. You do see people that have decided to stay put, hold up in fear, seemingly barring their doors to their homes as other houses burn in this almost starlight fire. It's not like anything you've ever seen up until now. You can tell from its glow that it seems like Nyx, but Nyx doesn't burn. This is very unusual. You continue down into the market district, wading amongst bodies of people starting to get cramped into you, and those of you on the ground are starting to get pushed into the crowd as you make your way to the gate.
As they were flying over, by the way, she did try to use her decanter to put out the fire. Did it do anything?
No.
Okay, good.
So this is a magical fire.
So for everyone that is new to Theros, there is a property within Theros called Nyx that you would all be familiar with. Nyx is the fabric that powers all gods and gives them their innate abilities. But it is very unusual to see a materialized version of Nyx. As heroes, you are familiar with creatures that come from the Nyx realm that have escaped either the underworld or other dimensions of the Nyx. And you have fought some of them. When not in direct light, they give off a kind of a scene is almost like you're looking into a galaxy of stars. And when directly lit, they look like the creatures they embody. But this fire is burning in a different way. It seems to be wholly consumed of Nyx and giving off a dark energy, something that unsettles you, but you seem unable to stop. Those of you on the ground, how are you handling the crowd?
My voice is going to be less my normal playful tone and kind of more serious. And I'm just going to look at the people and I'm going to say, does anybody need help? Are there any wounded here?
As you look
And
around,
I'm just going to walk through the crowd and look for wounded people.
as you look around, you can see that there are many wounded. Some people with cuts bleeding from their heads, other people holding their arms, too many for you to treat as there are. As they see you and in your armor and your arms, they kind of part for you and start to point ahead of you. As you have reached more towards the southeastern gate, you can see the giant, but you can also see the lions. And someone give me a Arcana check.
Ooh, God, that should not be me.
Nope.
20.
All right. Okay.
Oh, okay. Our
Okay,
fighter.
you can
I have a
deduce.
+1 and I rolled a 19.
Lion Lady can deduce that these are Fleecemane lions. Fleecemane lions are basically Nyx creatures that have manes that are ethereal in nature. They are far more than your average beast. And we roll for initiative.
Sweet.
Bum, 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 bum. Let's go.
Cool. At 20, so 19.
Nice. You have a -1 initiative.
Yes, and I get advantage on all my initiative rolls.
That's great. All right, great.
This is gonna be a good night. I just rolled a nat 20. So 20.
20.
I got a 16.
Okay. Savage.
I had myself muted because I was coughing. I rolled a nat 20 as well, so 23.
Oh,
High five!
We wasted all the nat 20s.
And mine was technically a 19.
So, as you approach these creatures, you can see the Doomwake giant. You can see how large it is. It must be close to 20 feet tall, glistening in this purple, ethereal just power, and it seems to be standing fast, blocking the gate. And in front of it, these two Fleecemane lions that don't seem to be attacking people outright, but anyone that gets close, they're taking swipes and hits and bites and attempting to pounce. Silurus, you're up first.
Since I know that they are magic in nature, first thing I'm going to do is try to, actually no, I'll just cast banishment on the leftmost. Yeah, the leftmost lion.
The leftmost lion. All right, read me
Yes.
banishment.
Pull it up. You attempt to send one creature that you can see within range to another plane of existence. The target must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be banished.
Okay.
You might want to read the rest of it.
Oh, yeah, it's cut off. I have a small window. If the target is native to the plane of existence you're on, you banish the target to a harmless demi-plane. While there, the target is incapacitated. The target remains there until the spell ends, at which point the target reappears in the space left or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. If the target is native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute has passed, the target reappears in the space it left or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied.
Is it a concentration spell?
It is.
It is. Otherwise, the target does not return.
Okay. Perfect. So you're going to cast banishment.
Yes.
All right. And then what saving throw do we need to make?
18.
And what for what? What skill?
Charisma.
Charisma. And that succeeds. As you reach out and banish this creature, you can see that this stirring pours from your palm and reaches the lion. As it looks at you, it roars, and then its eyes widen as it starts to lift off the ground, and it starts to tremor, and the air around it starts to crackle, and it pops and vanishes from sight.
Well, that's one down.
And it is gone. Do you have any other actions, or is that the rest? Is that your turn?
That's it.
All right, Balthus.
There's another lion, right?
There is another lion and a giant.
Give me just a moment here. How far are we from them?
You are, at this point, I would say 30 feet away. The crowd is kind of in a semicircle around them, trying to get out and being constantly pushed back by these lions. Well, now lion.
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on that lion.
Okay. Read me Sacred Flame.
Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. The range is 60 feet. The target must succeed on a DC 18 dexterity throw, or they
Okay.
take 3d8 damage.
It did not succeed.
Let me get some 8s here.
Roll that damage.
16.
Okay. As you call forth a fire and it descends upon this lion, you can see that its ethereal shimmer starts to glow with flame, and the lion roars in response to this sensation, but then snaps back, ready for another fight.
Just a moment. And then as a bonus action,
Actually,
I'm
hold
gonna...
on. Hold on. Sorry. Un momento. These lions have spell turning, which means the lion has advantage on saving throws against any spells that target only the lion. If the lion saving throw succeeds the spell has no effect on the lion and instead targets the caster. And it just rolled an 18 plus 3. So 21.
Nice.
So you take 16 damage.
Damn lions.
As that
Perfect.
spell starts to shimmer on the lion, it roars and it looks at you, and then fire erupts from its maw and attacks you. Do you have any fire resistance
I don't.
or magical resistances?
Oh, I don't believe he does.
I do not.
Okay. Then you take 16 damage. Actually, I should roll the 3d8.
I was off my damage roll though, so
Oh,
would
it
be
is. That's
mine.
right, because it's based off of you. It gets your target instead targets the caster. Right. Okay. Do you have any other actions of your turn?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Next is Sunrun.
So I'm currently on my Pegasus, correct?
Correct. You're in the air.
Okay. And I'm about 30 feet.
Yep.
So I've never done this. I'm not sure how this works, but my mount has actions for attack.
Okay.
How does that? Do I just stay
Roll
to
for
attack?
attack.
Okay.
It's its own creature basically that attacks with you.
Okay. Let's see your stats. So they have a melee weapon attack, which plus 6 to hit, but then they also have a hit 11 bludgeoning damage. Does that just mean it's 11 bludgeoning damage?
Yep.
Okay. It says 2d6 plus 4, so I guess I'll actually roll that. Okay, so roll to attack.
Yep. Roll to hit. Are you attacking the lion or the giant?
Currently, currently the giant.
The giant.
In the
Okay.
In the face.
Okay.
They're tall, right? They're about like really tall.
They're very tall. Yes.
Yeah. I played Magic the Gathering. I know what a Doomwake is. Those things are big.
It's big.
All right. So yeah, let's roll 20. 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. And then 2d6 plus 4.
And this is just a straight damage attack, correct?
This is just the hooves just flying up and just smack you in the face.
Okay, perfect.
And 2d6. And 14.
Okay.
Or is it plus 4 to
Plus
each
4 to
individual?
whatever your 2d6 were,
2d6,
plus
yep.
4.
Sweet. 14.
Okay. So 14 damage for your mount.
And then I can just follow up mine. Like my initiative is just right with theirs. I can just go.
Yep, go.
Okay. At that point, Sunrin leaps off of her Pegasus onto the head of the Doomwake and attacks the top of its head by stabbing her sword straight down while
Okay.
casting Divine Smite.
Okay.
Let me see how this works. I've never done a Paladin. Are Doomwakes undead?
No.
Okay, just curious. Are they fiends?
No.
Okay, good. In casting Divine Smite at 3rd level? Or actually, hold on.
It's a flying fish, guys.
Yeah. Trying to see how this works. Sorry. One sec. Why am I so confused on how this works? So 3rd level Divine Smite would be 2d8 and then 4d8, and then I have Improved Smite, which means 5d8.
Okay.
So that's
Is there any saving throw that they need to make?
no.
Okay, perfect.
So the math. So 5d8 for just the Divine Smite, and then
I'm just going to let you know that there's this wonderful tool on D&D Beyond that is available to everybody where you just click on the dice and it rolls for you. It's pretty neat.
I'm
does the
using
math.
that. Yeah, I'm using that. Divine Smite doesn't actually work with that, so I have to do it manually.
I got you.
So I'm gonna roll all the dice at once. I have to figure out
Right.
each attack, and then I get to attack twice as well. So, good God, move on. So that's 78. So 8 and then plus 8. Okay, we're good. Now I can roll for hit.
Okay. You already rolled the hit, didn't you? Or you
No,
rolled the
that
hit
was
with the
for- that was-
Pegasus? All right.
yep.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Yep. Oh God. And sword. There we go. So 23 and 21.
Those both hit.
Okay. And just to confirm, Divine Smite, the second attack. Can I also channel Divine Smite for the second attack, or no? I'd assume not. I think it's just for one of
If
them.
you have enough slots,
I do.
you can use it if you want it.
Okay. Yeah, and then Divine Smiting for the second attack as well. So 1 second, I have to roll a lot of d8s. That's 12 d8s. Okay. Roll. Dear God, the screen just exploded. And 67 damage.
Okay. So that's just altogether, that was 67 damage with both those attacks?
Yes.
Okay. As
I
you
think.
jump down on top of its head after your Pegasus kicking it in the face, you drive your sword deep into the neck of this giant. And as you twist it and explode it with radiance of divine smite, the creature staggers. And it flexes and shrugs and tries to get you off, as it was not happy that it took that much damage. You can start to see a crack in the neck where you stabbed it with the sword start to kind of emit light and a purple glow. And as it seems like other parts of its body are starting to come apart as well.
Okay.
Any other actions?
No. The only thing would be my Pegasus. I can't. I assume that remounting would be an action, so I'm just going to say that the Pegasus flies about just out of range of the reach of the Doomwake,
Okay.
but still close enough to fly to me. So
What
fly
about
2
you?
times.
You
I'm
want to
still
use
on
any
top
movement?
of its. I'm still on top of its head,
Okay.
and I brace myself. They look kind of hairy, right? Yeah, they've got hair. Brace myself on their hair to hold on.
Sure, we'll say that. Okay.
It's corpse hair. I mean,
Great.
Yep.
All right. Next up is the remaining Fleece Mane Lion, as it has once already thwarted one of your attacks. It is going to look right at you, Balthus, as it was pretty pissed that you decided to try and burn it with fire, and it's going to attempt to attack you. And it is a 17 to hit.
Nope.
And the other one's not going to hit. So it attempts to come in and bite you. And it bites and then it swipes. But you were able to move out of the way in time. And that is its turn. Ilfane, you're up.
Elephane, as for bonus action, before she starts, she's going to activate Fighting Spirit.
Okay.
That gives me advantage on weapon attack rolls until the end of the current turn and gives me a temporary 10 hit points.
Sweet.
But she is going to do her first attack at the lion that just attacked Balthus.
Okay.
And that's 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alrighty, and she's attacking with both swords. 18 damage on the first attack.
Okay.
And second attack, she gets 3.
Just 3?
Yeah, she gets 3 attacks. So the second attack to hit is 24.
That'll hit.
For 22 damage.
Okay.
And the last one is 23 to hit
That'll hit.
for 26 damage.
And as you run up to this lion, you slash across the side of its body once, twice, and then with both swords impale it straight through the shoulder into what must be where this creature's soul essence is. And as you do so, you can see purple blood start to ooze from its body, and the lion just groans and with a loud thud falls over dead. Are those all your actions?
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to save that one. That's it.
All right. Now it's the giant's turn. It is the giant still reeling from his attack from Sunrun. He wails his head back, brings his arms out and inhales deeply, and then breathes a noxious gust upon all of you, including the people in the area around you.
Hold on. How wide is the gas?
The gas is a deadly mist in a 60-foot line, and it's 10 feet wide.
Perfect. So for no action at all, I can use gusts of wind, and I wish to push all of it back at the Doomwake and out of away from everyone.
How would you manage that being on the Doomwake Giant yourself?
I can control air and water as a trident.
Okay.
And for no action, I can use gust of wind. And it's in any direction I choose.
Okay. I'm going to make you beat the DC of the saving throw to be able to do that.
Okay, that's fair.
So
What's
give
the
me a
DC?
roll.
All right, that's I don't know DC. I thought you meant my DC. Let's see. And I would add my modifier to it, right?
Yeah, it's give me a constitution.
Okay, so I'm doing a Constitution roll.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. 28.
That'll do it. So
That's
as
plus
this
11.
giant attempts to breathe down on all of you, this gust of wind materializes and breaks up this noxious gas. The giant, seemingly very confused as to what happens, reminds itself that Sunrun, you're on its shoulder and attempts to attack you. With
Actually on top of its head.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a 29 to hit.
That one will hit.
That hits you for 20 damage, plus an additional 10 necrotic damage.
Okay. I think I'm not resistant to necrotic. Okay. So how much in total?
So that would be 30 total damage.
30? All right, cool.
And then his next attack is a 20.
That misses.
So as he reaches up with one hand to smack you, he gets you, and then he tries with his other arm, and he misses you. And that's his turn. Silurus, we're back on you.
I'm going to cast Fireball. Let's see. Make sure I know everything about that. He needs to make a dexterity saving throw to depend on how much damage he takes.
Okay.
DC 18.
DC 18. He fails.
He fails. So he takes. So here. 24 damage.
As you kind of wind up and materialize this ball of fire and send it straight into the center mass of this giant, you can see that it absorbs all of the fire damage, and the giant once again groans, and you can see once again a large crack has started to kind of become from its chest down to its navel, and it's starting to open up where that fireball hit, and more purple light and kind of mist is oozing from that spot.
Huh. Well, I was sure that was going to put him down.
Balthus?
I'm gonna cast guiding bolt at 4th level at the giant.
Okay,
25 to hit.
that'll hit.
So he's gonna take 7d6 damage.
Is there any kind of save with that at all? Or is it just a straight
Nope.
spell?
That's a straight attack.
And what property is that? Lightning?
Radiant.
Radiant. So you reach out with your hand and you materialize this light. And as the light grows brighter and brighter, it erupts and forms from a ball into a solid cylinder that goes straight into the core of the giant, erupting. And you can see as it does, the blast of radiant light is large enough to break apart its center mass, and you see pieces of this Doomwake giant fly to the left and to the right and up. And I'm going to say, Sunrin, give me a dexterity save.
Nice. Dex. 16.
That'll do it. And as you feel this blast, Sunrin, you're able to kind of adjust and pivot off and get to safety just in time, not to be kind of blown away by this blast. And as these bits of Doomwake Giant start to fall, you can see that they dissolve into a purple gas and rise into the air and disappear. And you've cleared that encounter.
Sunrin raises her sword to the people in the crowd and does a war cry.
Who's missing HP? Is it just me?
I am, but
You and Sunrin.
I'm really high up right now.
As this happens, the people look around and seeing the lack of lion, the dead lion, and now the Doomwake Giant being cleared from the path, rush the gate and start to flood and almost trample you to get out of the city. I need everybody to make a give me a Constitution save. We'll call that.
Real quick, did I fall down with the giant? I'm now like
You're on the ground, yes.
Okay.
The
But what
crowd
do we
is basically rushing all of you, and you are caught all in the middle of a mob.
Cool. You said strength or con?
We'll do.
For the
I said Constitution.
for the
We'll
sake
do
of
Constitution.
flavor, I
Mhm.
would like to cast a cantrip.
Okay.
I'm assuming that I'm facing this crowd at this point while they're bull rushing me.
Well, you just
I'm gonna-
cast a radiant bolt, and now they started rushing. Now that they see that there's a giant's been destroyed, and they're trying to get the hell out. So
Right.
you could turn around.
And it's are we saying it's evening, like it's nighttime, or
It
it's
is nighttime.
dark-ish
Yes.
out? All right. So looking at the crowd that's rushing at me, I'm gonna cast light on my shield and aim it right at the crowd.
Okay.
So you touch an object that is no longer than 10 feet in any dimension until the spell ends. The object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. And I'm using this purely just to stop the crowd. And I'm just going to yell, "Stop!"
Deer in headlights.
Yep.
Give me a intimidation check.
"15."
The people spread out around the light. Many continue to ignore you and to rush the gate, but those directly in front of the beam seem to stop, captivated by the light.
Everyone can leave. We will get you to safety, but you don't need to rush. And I'm just going to smack my shield with my mace.
Give me a persuasion check.
"21."
And as you say this, people around you, more people around you start to slow down and walk and realize that they've been acting erratically, and they pick up people that have been trampled and kind of help them up and start to file out in an orderly fashion.
I'd like to kind of get ahead of the crowd, and I'll pick the people that are like from what I can tell are the most wounded.
Mhm.
Where is it? To include myself in this group, I'm gonna pull everybody that I can. Up to 6 people total. So myself and 5 other people, like the 5 most wounded people.
Okay.
And at second level, I'm gonna do a prayer of healing,
Okay.
just to heal them so that they can get out safely, and as well as myself. And that everybody would get 2d8 plus 5. So I'll get 11 hit points back.
Nice. And I'm going to give you inspiration for that.
And I'm just gonna, like, I can't
Did you
do
mark
lay
that?
on hands.
Did
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I did.
Okay.
And as people are walking by, I'm just gonna lay my hand on them and say, go, go in safety, go in safety, go in safety, go in safety.
After a few minutes of people leaving, this marketplace has become less chaotic. But as that happens, you hear once again a thunderous crack from the sky that's still burning and churning among the clouds with this almost galactic looking energy.
That's right. Flee, Altrisos. Flee under the might of Kryxos. Just wait, I'm not done.
And with that, the panic seems to set in, and you can hear cries still coming from other places in the city. And you realize that you still have one more gate to free. Ephara's face materializes at the nearest kind of bust, and she talks to you. Well done. Well done. The people still are scared. They're still running, but at least this group made it out. Please go to the next gate. Free those people. Let them leave. I fear what is coming.
While Althus was doing his thing, Sunra did drink a potion of greater healing. It did heal 16 health,
Nice.
and then also drank a potion of Hill Giant Strength,
Neat.
which now raises to. There we go. 21. I just accidentally removed it. There we go. Which raises it to 21 strength for an hour. So, how do I think I have to override that in the actual character list? Yep. So yes. So I figured other people can talk.
What do you guys
Ilfane, are
do
you
now?
The
okay?
next one, huh?
I'm fine,
Oh, she's a strong kitty cat.
but we must hurry if we're going to make it to the next gate before more people get injured.
Let's move.
You move up from the market district up towards the art district, once again seeing tarps, drapes, roofs burning with this black galactic fire of Nyx energy. You see that people are starting to clear out, and in at least the market district, there seem to be less and less and less people. But as you approach the gate in the art district, once again, you're met with a crowd that seems to be pushed and collapsing in on itself to try and get out, unaware that this other gate is open. You hear screaming, and once again you see another doom giant, along with 2 lions and 1 hooded figure.
I guess we're going in.
Sunrin is already mounted on her Pegasus again and in the air, and she calls out to the people below. People, the other gate is open. Some of you head that way.
Give me a persuasion check.
27.
The people look up at you and are caught off guard by what they see. And as they hear your words, they start to make towards the market district. And the figure standing in front with the two lions pipes up.
People of Altrisos, run. Run, Kryxos will kill you all. There's nowhere to hide. Ephara cannot help you. We will slay and slaughter all of you.
Is he behind the lion or Doom Giant?
No, he's standing in the lines with the Fleece Mane lions.
Okay. Sunrin wants to throw a javelin at him.
Nice. Roll initiative.
21.
18.
20.
5.
5.
Yay, you get to go last this
A
time.
very flamboyant 5. So I'm just double checking something real quick. So this figure can clearly see you. So I'm not going to give you a surprise round.
Fine.
But I will give you a contest if you still want to take that action without entering initiative, to where you throw it against their dex save.
Okay.
You want to take that?
Sure, just my hit to their dex save.
Yeah, so roll for hit, and then I'll roll for a dex save.
Okay. Nat 20, so 30.
And his was only a 14, so you win.
And that's a crit.
Yep.
Double damage.
So double damage.
Does that double damage the after effect of the javelin I'm throwing? There's a bonus effect to this javelin.
What do you mean
It
there's a
affects
bonus effect to the
everything that
damage?
goes with that javelin.
Okay.
Okay,
It's
so
all of its damage is doubled.
hold on. What do you mean there's a bonus effect to your javelin?
I took a couple javelins of lightnings,
Okay.
so it does lightning damage on top of that.
Do you also have regular javelins?
Yes, I was pulling a javelin of lightning though.
You did not say that you were pulling a javelin of lightning.
I rolled for hit on a javelin of lightning.
Yeah, but you have to state it.
But you have to
I'm
state
loud.
that you were using a javelin
Okay.
of lightning.
Okay, that's fine. I will just throw a normal javelin then.
So double damage, whatever the javelin attack damage is.
Got it. My bad.
You're fine.
I think javelin, just instantly javelin of lightning. Let's throw this.
I mean, that would have been cool.
Yeah. Boop. So that worked out. So that was actually horrible. I rolled 16 damage.
Okay. So as you throw this javelin down from atop your Pegasus, this figure looks up at you and attempts to dodge, but your javelin goes straight through its leg and catches it, and it goes, and it's almost a guttural roar that you hear. Very unexpected. But it is now initiative to order. The first lion eyes up you, Silurus, and it goes to attack you.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. First one is a 20 to hit.
Does not hit.
And the next one is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
So as it rushes you, it attempts to bite you, and it misses. But then it reaches out and swipes across your chest. Swipes across your chest with a claw, doing 7 damage.
Is that all you've got?
The lion's going to end its turn there. From there, the hooded figure rips the javelin from its leg and then also sees you, Silurus, and sees you mock the lion, pulls back its hood, and you can see that it is in fact a Leonin, and it goes to attack you.
I am going to, as he goes to attack, as a reaction, I'm going to cast Shield.
Okay. The first one is 21 to hit.
Does not hit.
The second one is 22 to hit.
Does not hit.
And its third one will not hit. So as it runs up to you, it goes swipe, swipe, swipe. And it is unable to hit you.
Who's next?
You're next.
I am going to cast banishment at 7th level, and use the heightened spell so I can cast it at multiple people. There's a Leonin, 2 lions, and a giant, correct?
Correct.
I want to cast it at the giant and the 2 lions.
Read me the spell. Is there anything that's about proximity or anything like that? Or is it just things that you can see?
I don't think
See,
so.
things that he can see.
Perfect.
That's
It's a 60-foot range.
60 foot, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You're good.
Anything that I can see.
Go for it.
And they also have disadvantage on the save for it. So they have to do a charisma save.
Charisma save. Okay. What's the DC?
18. And they're at disadvantage.
Okay. So the Leonin fails.
Did not throw it at the Leonin.
Sorry. The lion fails. Excuse me. The lion fails.
Bye-bye.
The lion fails, and the giant gets 18. So the giant is not banished.
18.
At disadvantage?
The giant has advantage against spell saving throws, so it's just a straight roll, and it was 18.
Doesn't Ty go to the attacker?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sir.
Oh, Ty goes to the attacker. Correct. So it is banished. There you go.
Bye, giant. And the second lion is going as well, or?
Yes.
So both lions, we just have the Leonin. And then
How many
as my
times can
bonus
you
action-
cast banishment?
He casts at a different level.
It's at a different
Yeah.
level.
Oh, at a different level. Perfect.
Cast at the
Oh,
highest level possible.
The heightened thing.
Yeah, and then I
So
can
the
get
only
with,
creature left is the Leonin.
Yes.
hmm
Wow. That's an OP spell.
Yes, it is.
Can't
GG's.
do
Yes.
much.
As my bonus action, I'm gonna convert my the sorcery point to regain a spell slot.
Ooh,
GG's.
good man.
To be
Get that
fair,
7th spell slot back.
if its concentration breaks within the next minute, they do come back.
True.
Don't let that break. Don't let
Well,
them
I
kill
still
me.
have a turn coming.
Yep.
Ilfane.
We just have one Leonin.
Ilfane, you're up.
When the hooded figure did his whole fucking spiel.
Mhm.
Did the rest of the crowd continue to move, or did they cower?
Half did, half didn't.
Half didn't. Before she, as her bonus action, she's going to use Daunting Roar. Creatures of your choice within 10 feet that can hear you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, the DC 16, or become
Okay.
frightened until the end of your turn in an effort to get the rest of the crowd to freaking move and to frighten the jerk Leonin in front of her.
Okay.
So they, I guess the crowd and Leonin have to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to say the crowd just goes within 10
Okay.
feet of you. We'll do the wisdom save for the Leonin, though. 19.
Okay.
Did that
Then
save?
she, it saved.
Okay.
But she is going to leap at the Leonin and start her attack.
All right.
First attack is a 27
That'll hit.
to hit. For too many math. For 20 damage.
Okay.
And second attack is a natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
So that's more dice, more math. Oh,
Welcome to high level where it's mostly dice rolling.
Right?
holy shit.
I had to roll like 12 dice earlier.
Alright, so 18, 19. Give me a second, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Oh, you're fine.
Second attack does 39 damage. And her last attack.
I'll stop you there. That's all you needed.
Okay.
So as you leap
Motherfucker's
and
dead.
attack this Leonin, and it falls backwards under the weight of your sword, and it looks at you, and it says, "How could you? How could you save this rabble?" And then he expires.
She's just gonna growl at him.
He's dead. It doesn't matter.
Even though he's
GG's.
dead, she doesn't care. She's gonna growl at his ugly dead face.
That's
Sure.
wonderful. And once again, the rest of the people at the sight of the giant being basically popped out of existence along with the other lions, people start rushing towards the gate. Once again, I'm going to ask you to give me a constitution save
Oh no.
for everybody on
Oh,
the
that's-
ground. You're in the air,
Okay.
Sunlight. You're okay.
No, I'm not saying oh no to that. I'm saying oh no because of Silaris has to make a con save, which breaks concentration if he fails.
I didn't fail, so I don't know if I
Don't
didn't. at
Oh, you
fail.
still do.
least. 27.
All right, you made it.
Nice.
I'm +9 to con saves.
That's
Just saying,
fine.
That could have been bad.
That could have been real bad, though. I didn't even realize that. That's amazing. GG's to you. You guys are getting really high rolls today. GG's.
Oh, we have really high
Um,
modifiers. And
okay.
also, everyone gets a bonus to their modifiers for me being next to them. But
So the
high modifiers.
crowd's rushing me again, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna
God.
use thaumaturgy and I'm gonna yell at this crowd this time
Okay.
with a voice 3 times as loud.
At them.
Give me
Well,
an
now I'm
intimidation.
yelling at them.
Give me an intimidation check.
Can I
16.
assist him in that?
16. Okay. That'll work. Do your yelling.
Stop! And I'm like, kind of just, why are they doing this again?
Now you know that isn't our safe word.
Proceed in an orderly fashion. We will get you to safety.
The people
Thanks.
hearing the booming sound.
Uh-oh.
The people
I can't
hearing the
hear you
booming
again.
sound of your
Okay, there you go.
voice, they all stop and just look around and slowly start walking towards the gate. Very confused as to what they're hearing, because they're hearing now two different voices. One that is screaming at them to be safe, and one that is screaming at them to run in fear. As you do this, you can see a nearby wall again with a bust of Ephara. Again, almost every surface in this city has some depiction of Ephara in it.
So I'm gonna look at Silurus and I'm gonna say, well, and my cantrip is still going, so like I'm like booming. So I'm gonna go I'm gonna do my best to keep you safe.
It'll be much appreciated.
And I'm gonna walk over to the corpse of the dead Leonin, and I'm gonna pull up like the sleeve of, because what am I wearing? I think I'm wearing scale mail. So I'm gonna like pull it back and reveal my wrist. And when you see my wrist, you're gonna notice that there's already scarring there from where I've done this before. And like it's almost like there's no flesh left.
Ew.
I'm gonna take a knife
And death clerics.
and
Mhm.
I'm gonna carve a piece of flesh off my arm. And I'm gonna reach into my pouch and pull out some bone dust, and I'm gonna mix it. And I'm gonna say a little word to Erebus, and I'm gonna lay this mixture onto the forehead of the dead Leonin, and I'm gonna cast Animate Dead at 3rd level,
Okay.
We've got
and
a
I'm going to
necromancer.
bring it back as a zombie to serve me for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
And while Balthus is doing this,
Define zombie.
he's not dead.
It's a zombie
understand.
according to the creature manual.
Oh, so does he have just a standard zombie stat block?
He has a standard zombie stat block.
Okay, does he retain any of his persona or anything, or is it just a zombie?
For flavor, I'd kind of like it to remember bits of who it was.
But generally they do not.
Yeah.
Unless sometimes DMs let them if they
If you're
willingly
okay
became
with it,
undead.
yeah, if you're okay with it,
We'll
retaining
need
like
for
a tiny
story.
bit.
So
Yeah.
Ephara cries out to you once again from that nearby bust. And I'm going to make a stream marker. Heroes, well done. But the people still don't believe. They're just fleeing in fear. You have to make them believe in me once again, or I can't help you. And as she says that, only her lips, this time of the bust, were moving, and it goes back. And as it goes back into an unanimated state, you can see it cracks through clear from her head. Basically, a crack runs from her forehead down to her cheek.
So Sunrin quickly tosses a something to Lethang, and it is it's just real brief. It's just a potion of hill giant strength. Just tosses that to her, and then takes off on her Pegasus and calls out as she flies over the people, pushing back her cloak to show her shimmering armor. People, your goddess Ephara has, with her envoys, has slayed the creatures. You are safe. Continue moving out of the city till we handle the rest.
And as you say that, give me a persuasion check.
25.
Very well. So as the people are leaving the city in droves. They kind of cock their head a bit and lean back. And as they're leaving, you can start to hear prayers of thanks being given to Ephara. And as you do, once again, the sky erupts in a thunderous roar.
Puny heroes, people of Altrisos, you will now feel the might of Kryxos.
And as he does that, you can see off in the distance, in the ocean and the Siren Sea, storm clouds start to form over the water and swirl. And as they do, they create a typhoon of sorts that draws enough water up that you can see a cone. And as that water lifts, with a great thunderous crack, you see it then fall again. And lightning shatters in the sky. And behind it, you see the figure of something big. And you hear the roar of something monstrous. And it's coming for you.
You know what they say, the bigger they
I'm
are,
gonna-
something.
I'm gonna look at my recently animated dead. What's coming?
That's what it says to you.
I'm gonna thump it on the head. What's
Was that-
coming?
Was that in Leonin?
Well, I speak Leonin, so
As do I, actually.
Sunrin
As you-
flies up higher to see if she can see what's in the ocean.
As you thump it on the head, Balthus, it just goes doom in zombie voice. Someone, you fly up higher and you can see what seems like a couple miles out on the horizon, something very large, a monstrosity. Give me a perception check. Actually, yeah, give me 2 checks. 1 perception and then 1 for history.
Oh, okay. Would it be history or religion?
History.
Curious. Oop. I get -1 to both.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. So I got a 13 on history, a nat 20 on perception. So 19 for perception.
So off in the distance, you see just the shadow of this large figure seemingly moving slowly through the water. It is gargantuan, is the only word for it. You see its form, and based off of what you know from history, this can only be one thing: a kraken.
Fun.
Sunrin
Well, we don't see that.
takes a moment and calls down to her party. We have a kraken.
Oh, is that all?
What's cracking?
I assume that Sunrin would only say this if the people have already kind of moved out of the city as they have been. So really only my party can hear.
And Sunman, as you are up there and you look across the horizon to see the kraken, you look down and see and are reminded of the additional 2 Doomwake giants that are pulling the giant chains to lower the gate, which you can only assume is to let the kraken into the city.
Sunren relays this very quickly and starts to head off to the gate.
Take me with you. I have a plan.
It's
Ugh,
about
Faye's
30% down, by the way.
Take off.
We will rush. I will start rushing that way.
Let's move.
While Sunren is flying, she does make a prayer to Thassa. Since Krakens are part of kind of her thing.
Okay.
That's all.
Are you beseeching her aid?
Um, kind of. Thassa's kind of weird. Thassa is the goddess of the sea, so and aquatic creatures and unknown depths. So she sometimes appears in the form of Kraken, but mainly she is the goddess of all of these things. So just, yes, beseeching a prayer to her about the situation.
Okay. As you guys make your way through the Arts and Learning District, through the Housing District, you make your way towards, once again, up an incline towards the cliffs that this port has been carved out of. And you see that there's a large lighthouse burning bright with a still lit flame. And just below that lighthouse, you see a Doomwig giant with no one else around and 4 additional hooded figures guarding the giant.
Are there 4 on each giant?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys are approaching the northern giant, though, based on where you were at Gate 2.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
I'm gonna command my
They see us.
my
yet?
zombie to
Yes, they can see you. There's no
to-
chance of surprise.
I'm gonna command my
20.
zombie to keep Silurus alive.
Okay.
Yeah, 20. Not a nat 20. 20.
20. Okay.
20.
20.
Look, I just want to say I'm so glad I took this advantage on roll things. I rolled a nat 1, which got a 0, and then a 19 from a nat 20, which I just
Nice.
posted again. Rolls are weird today.
19. All right, Balthus. What'd you get?
17.
Oh, 17. I thought you said 7. I was like, man, your initiative rolls a little rough tonight. Good Lord. All right. As you approach the giant, one of the hooded figures pulls back his cloak and calls out to you. Stop. This city is ours. No one will match the might of Kryxos. Begone. The city's already fallen.
Sunren wants to throw a lightning javelin at this person.
Not yet, you don't. Does anyone want to respond back? You're just going to let it play out.
Sunren does yell out, this is the city of Ephara, and that creature is a creature of Thassa. You have upset 2 goddesses as on this day, and you will pay for this.
And with that, the Leonin looks up at you and reaches out his hand. And Pegasus must make a charisma save.
Oh, yay, they get +3 to charisma. 22.
That makes it. And as it reaches up, it looks frustrated and pulls back its hand. and then calls to its brothers to attack. But they'll have to wait. Silurus, you're up.
I am going to make sure I read this right. If I can find it on my sheet. Lost things on my sheet. There it is. Okay. I am going to use Quicken spell to cast Enlarge on Ilfane.
Okay.
The target size doubles in all dimensions, and its weight is multiplied by 8. This growth increases its size by 1 category. If there isn't enough room, the creature or object attains the maximum possible size in the space available. Until the spell ends, the target also has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. The target's weapon also grows to match its new size. While these weapons are enlarged, the target's attack with them deal 1d4 extra damage.
Yo, GG's. So now we have a large size Ilfane.
Yes. So
Hey,
that counts
kitty.
as a bonus action, actually.
Nice.
So I cast it that way. And then I will cast. What do I cast? I will cast. How close are they together? The Leonin.
They're probably a good 5 or 10 feet apart. They're trying to take up a lot of space blocking this giant.
So about 20 feet total between the far left and far right one.
Yeah, like 20 to 30 feet. Why?
Okay. I want to cast Wall of Fire
Okay.
on the middle two. It's a 10-foot wall.
Fair
So I was
enough.
trying to see if I could catch the middle two.
Sure.
And they have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
DC 18.
All right. That one was a 19. One got a 19. Excuse me. One got a 19 plus 4, so 23. The other one got a 19 exactly. So one failed because tie goes to the attacker, and one succeeded.
Okay.
Wait, didn't you say
Wait,
it's
you said
18?
19 or 18?
Yeah, it's an 18.
18.
Oh, is it 18 DC?
Yeah,
Then
so
they both succeeded.
They both successful. Okay, let me tell you what the damage is. Then
They take no damage because they have the evasion ability, and on a dex saving throw, if they succeed, then they take no damage. So you cast a wall of fire, and as it begins to erupt, as a pillar between them and spread, they both are able to jump out of the way, avoiding its effects.
And that'll be my turn.
Ilfane. Large Ilfane.
Oh, as her bonus action, she's going to drink the potion that got tossed to her, making her strength 21 for an hour. And she's a giant kitty cat.
It is. It's amazing.
So my question is, if I go attack them, is the wall of fire stay there, or
I don't
is
think
it
it
gonna
has
hurt
duration.
me?
It's concentration, so I can just not hold it because I missed.
Okay.
Okay. And there's the 4 Leonin, and the giant.
And the giant, correct.
Okay. Well, she's gonna rush her big ass in and start attacking one of the Leonin.
All right, let's go. Roll to hit.
First one is a 26.
That'll hit.
Her damage is 18. And then it's just an extra d4,
An extra D4, correct.
but she uses 2 weapon fighting, so is that technically 2?
Yes, it's on
She's
every
two-
weapon.
Okay. All right, so it's 18, 22, 25 for
Okay.
damage for the first attack.
All right.
Second is 26 again.
Okay.
For 30 damage.
Okay.
And third attack is a 24.
Yep, that'll hit.
For 25 damage.
Okay. So as your enlarged self rushes the first Leonin you can see, which we'll say is the far right Leonin, you take both your swords and slash across 6 times and basically cut this hooded Leonin figure down to nothing. It has gouges that completely open its chest and stomach and even across its legs, and it just body crumbles into a pile of meat. GG's. Sunrun,
Her.
you're up.
Okay, I've got a few questions. First one, how far away are the 2 giants from each other? Roughly.
Very far.
Okay, so more than 120 feet.
Yes. It's a very large gate.
Cool, perfect. That helps. Last 2. The group of whatever hooded cats. Are they like in like a cluster? Are they in a line? Like how are they oriented to the giant?
They are, I'll say, roughly 25 to 30 feet in front of the giant, and they are spread out. There's 2 on the left side of you that are staggered now because of the evasion. So they're probably 5 to 10 feet apart, and then there is one on the right side that is standalone that is at least 10 feet apart from its counterparts.
Okay, so the 2 that evaded are next to each other. Good.
Well, they're the 2 that evaded are spread out, and then there was another guy that was off to the left.
Okay, so are any of them within like 5 feet of each other?
Sure. The 2 left ones.
The 2 left ones are. Okay, that's all I'm asking. Okay. So Sunren's going to fly down a bit and then hop off of her Pegasus.
Okay.
Will that count as an action?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it's considered movement or not. Okay, so hops off and then uses her attack action. Actually, no, that's only if I take attack action I get that. Okay. So I can only do bonus actions then. Paladins are confusing. Sorry.
I'll count it as half your movement speed to get off your horse. How about that? Make it easier.
Okay. Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just planting.
This is just fun.
and-
So let's
Sure.
roll with it. Let's have some fun.
Okay. And then lines up at the base of the Doomwake Giant past the 2 Leonins and throws a javelin of lightning
At the giant.
at the giant with the 2 Leonins in between the giant and her. And yells out the word lightning as throwing. This is when javelins of lightning happen.
Okay. So read me your Javelin of Lightning. That would help me to understand what you're
It's a
trying to do.
magic weapon. When you hurl it and speak its command word, it transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a line 5 feet wide and extends out from you to the target within 120 feet.
Okay.
So it's just basically just giant lightning bolt.
Okay.
Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 Dex save, taking 46 lightning. On a failed save, they take half as much.
Okay, so I need to make dex saves for my Leonin and a dex save for my giant. Okay.
No, giant does not make a Dex save. Just the
What?
Leonins. The target and myself do not make Dex saves. Only the things in between the target.
Only in between. Okay.
Yep.
So the Leonin, the first one is a 16.
Yep. Passes.
Okay. The second one is a 15.
Passes.
Okay. So both Leonin take 0 damage. They evade your lightning.
Because they evade it because of the
Evasion.
skill.
Yep.
Perfect. And then
But the Doomway
The
Giant will take how much
Doomway
lightning
Giant
damage?
will have to actually hit first.
Oh, yeah.
I have to roll for it.
That works.
Yep. Go. Hit. And 18.
That'll hit.
Okay. So do that. And roll the 4d6s. Oop. It should not have done that. Sorry, one sec. It rolled the d20 in there for some reason.
Okay.
Just one sec. There we go. So we'll take 18 lightning damage,
Okay.
and we'll take 8 damage from the spear, or the javelin. So
Okay.
26.
As you hurl this lightning towards the Leonin and this giant, they jump on either side of the lightning to evade it. And the giant holding this massive chain, trying to lower this gate so the Kraken can come through, takes this javelin into the shoulder and it rocks him slightly. And you can see the javelin is stuck in his shoulder, which is now glowing purple and emitting gas. He's annoyed.
And for the rest of it, my Pegasus flies about 30 feet back and 15 feet up.
Okay. One of the Leonin, as they evade, turn and look at you and once again reach out with their hands. And you need to give me a charisma save.
Okay, sure. 33.
33, and you
I
make
get
this
plus
save.
17 to charisma saves.
That's fine. I'm just saying you need to make a charisma save. They don't know that.
It's funny.
And then it is going to rush you after that happens. The first one is a 24 to hit.
Okay, just flex off my shield, doesn't do anything.
Your AC is higher than 24?
Yes, my AC is 25.
Ah, very nice. So the next attack does not do anything either. And neither does the third. It swings at you in anger and is unable to do anything. Beothas, you're up.
Who's missing hit points from the enemies? Is it the giant took damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the giant.
Okay.
It needs to make a Wisdom save, DC 18.
Okay. He does not make that.
All right. Then he will take. Math. I can't math.
Toll of the Dead is necrotic damage, correct?
Yeah.
'Cause I have it
Oh,
up.
he is
Yeah.
immune to necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Pain.
Okay. Cool. So it does nothing.
It does nothing.
Are Doomwakes just considered giants?
Yes.
Huh.
Huge
And it was-
giant.
They usually have like a bunch of
As my
skeletons.
bonus action. I'm gonna throw my cat out of the room. There we go.
Don't
Problem
toss it
solved.
behind your back.
I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon
Okay.
right in front of its face.
Okay. What does that do?
So I'm gonna cast it within 5 feet of it, and when I cast the spell, I can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. On hit, the target takes force damage equal to 1d8 plus your spell casting modifier.
Okay. And there's no saving throw or anything. It's just straight spell, correct?
Well, it's a spell attack, so I would I just
You gotta
rolled a
hit.
hit.
Yep.
And that would be a 25 to hit
That'll hit.
with 12 force damage to the face.
All right. As you cast it, this weapon appears in front of its face as it's holding onto this chain, and
It's
it
a mace.
explodes as it rocks him straight in the chin. His head cocks back, but it holds fast to the chain. And as it does that, it then turns its head and once again blows a gust of noxious gas towards all of you. It's only 10 feet wide, so I'm going to say probably who's standing closest together? You're in front. Sunrin.
Yeah,
Silurus,
I'm
you're in
next.
behind. And that's the one thing about your positioning we haven't figured out yet. It probably wouldn't, if I was to hit it, I would probably use it to hit most of you. It seems like Ilfane is more towards the right-hand side or the left-hand side from the giant. So probably Sunrin, Balthus, and Silurus would be in the line of attack there for this action. And you guys need to make a 18 Constitution throw.
So I do not, or I do.
20.
No, you
25.
don't.
Okay.
19.
23.
And you all save. You take half damage, so you take 18 necrotic damage and are able to stay standing from this gust. The giant blows this purple mist at you, and as you feel it come across you, you feel your life force being drained ever so slightly. And that's its turn. Next, the
Wait, do we take damage from that at all?
Yeah.
Sunrin, yeah, you all take 18 damage.
18, thank you. I missed the 18, my bad.
Yep. Yeah, sorry, you all take 18 damage. 18 necrotic damage.
Yummy.
Next, the
flavor of
Leonin, the Leonin next to Illiphane is going to reach out its hand once again and ask you to make a wisdom save.
Who?
Me?
Yes, Illiphane.
Da- 20.
And you make the save. And it does nothing. And in its frustration, it then goes to attack you with its claws. 25 to hit,
That hits.
and that will hit you for a total of 17 damage.
17. Man, their claws are more powerful than mine.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They do
sharpen them
11
more
damage
regularly.
plus 7 slashing damage, or 11 slashing damage plus 7 force damage. Then the next one is 18.
To hit?
Yep, 18 hit.
Does not.
And then the last one is a 17, so that does not hit. And
Nope.
that's its turn. So it reaches out and it slashes you once with its claws right across your enlarged ribs and gouges you deep. A Leonin on the other Leonin on the other side of or next to its closest friend on the left side of your orientation, then also reaches out its hand towards Silurus and give me a wisdom save.
Is he casting a spell of some sort, or
Give me a wisdom save.
okay? 20.
You
It's
make
asking
the
because I
save.
have counter spell.
That's fine. You make the save though.
All right.
And then it's going to rush you and once again try to attack. So the first one is 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Then 24 to hit.
It hits.
So you will take 17 damage from that attack. And then the last attack will not hit. And it is your turn, Silverus.
Bastards. I will cast. I'm gonna use Quicken Spell to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
So that is. Actually, no, I will not. I will not do that because I have better things. So we still have 3 Leonins and the giant, correct?
Correct.
Correct. I will cast Fireball at 5th level at the rightmost Leonin
Okay.
until he needs to do a dex save.
Okay. Failed.
He fails. So he takes 46 damage.
As you cast the fireball on the Leonin, you see it engulfed in flame and you hear it roar. As its fur begins to singe, exposing its skin underneath, and it starts to boil, and the fire dies down, and Leonin looks very, very badly damaged. that your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Ilfane, that's right next to you. You see this fellow Leonin burning up next to you.
My zombie gets a turn.
On your turn, it gets a turn. Now it's Ilfane's turn.
Okay.
It rolls initiative with you.
Okay.
It's just not gonna react to the burning Leonin that just attacked someone in a party. It deserves its fate.
So cold.
Fair.
But it's so true.
She is gonna. Was that the same one that attacked her, or is that the different?
Yes,
that's
that is the
other
same one that attacked her.
Okay, well, he's gonna die now.
Like there was a question. I love that you're like actually like, should I let it live?
For
No.
her first attack.
A quick question, really quickly. Did Solaris take damage?
Yes.
Did Solaris make a con save for his concentration on enlarge, or does enlarge not have concentration?
Ooh, good question.
Ooh, it is concentration.
Okay, cool. Make
So
a
you-
con save.
Yeah, you got to make a con save. Thank you for that.
No problem.
24.
That
Okay,
makes it.
never mind.
Yeah, that makes it. You're fine. All right, continue. Attack.
So I'm good. Okay.
Yes,
I
attack
rolled
one.
I rolled a natural 20 to hit it.
All right, it's dead. Next.
This is dead.
Can I use my remaining 2 attacks to attack the other Leonins?
Absolutely, you still have movement speed. So we'll say as you see the burning Leonin next to you as the fire dies down and it roars out in a snarling roar, you take your swords, put them together, and with one giant swing behead it, and its body falls lifeless. And then you train your sights on the other 2 Leonins still up,
Okay.
as well as the Doom Giant.
Next attack is a 29 to hit.
That'll hit. What are you hitting? It'll hit
Leonin.
anything, but what are you hitting?
Leonin.
Okay, perfect.
The next closest one. 27 plus 33 damage.
Okay.
And her last attack is natural 20.
So as you rush this Leonin, it turns just in time to see you plunging both of your swords deep into its chest cavity. And as you slice the remaining part of its body in half, it falls into pieces.
Okay.
And now it's
That is
Sunrim's
it.
turn.
Yeah.
How many concentration spells can go in at once? Is it 2?
It's up to your character.
Oh, I thought there was a limit. I wasn't sure. I couldn't find anything. I was trying to find it. Okay. As a bonus action, she is going to cast Shield of Faith on herself,
Okay.
and it gets just a +2 to her AC. So she now
Okay.
has 27. So cast. And there we go. And then as well, she at 4th level is going to cast Spirit Guardians. So for up to 10 minutes, you call for spirits to protect you. They float around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration. If you are good or neutral, they form angelic or fey. They'll be angelic. When you cast the spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it, which is going to be my party.
Okay.
An affected creature's speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn, or it starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 4d8 radiant, and on successful, it takes half as much.
Okay.
So there should be the Leonin right in front of me.
Okay, so just the Leonin.
Well, I still have movement. I'm gonna run at the giant. Yes.
Okay, so you said it's a wisdom save,
Yep.
so it got to 10.
Okay. Well, it failed. So 48. It took 20 damage,
Okay,
and then I'm going to. Is the Doom Giant within 45 feet?
yeah.
Okay.
Of
going
you at
to
this
run up-
point, yes.
Okay. And is the Leonin also within 15 feet of me if I go to the 15 feet of the giant?
No.
Okay. Well, run to the giant
Okay.
and be about 15 feet away from the giant.
Okay.
And same thing, needs to make a wisdom save.
It does not.
Okay.
And so it takes 20 damage? Or how much of them? No, 48. You
Nope.
have to roll.
Yep, I have to roll again.
Yep.
And 18.
Okay.
And
So
then,
you're 15 feet away from the giant, is what you said?
yeah, I'm within 15 feet. And
Okay.
if its movement speed is now halved, and then if it starts its turn in there, it has to roll again for a wisdom save for another 48.
Okay. Sounds good. Balthus,
Okay.
you're up.
Okay.
There's a Leonin and a giant. And in the
Yeah,
distance,
no-
you can hear cries of the Kraken as it gets closer.
Is the giant able to understand common?
It understands giant.
That answers that question.
I need to get my memes out. Well, we're waiting.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what I want to do. Hold your horses. I got a lot of spells to look at here. Hold on.
Yeah, do actually a lot of spells.
You had everyone else's turn to look at your spells.
And you answered my question. I waited patiently until my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't make a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm deciding between two spells. Hold on.
Oh hell, you have Gios.
Yeah, that's why I asked. All right, so that giant's how far away?
That giant from you?
Mhm.
Between 45 and 60 feet.
So I'm going to cast Sacred Flame at the giant.
Okay.
It needs to make a Dexterity save, DC 18.
Okay. It does not.
3d8 damage.
I don't have to make a save, do I?
No.
Yeah.
13. And that's 18 points of radiant damage. And as my bonus action, I'm going to hit him in the face with my magical weapon again.
Okay.
So let me roll to attack that really quick. That's a 23.
To hit?
Yep.
Yes, that'll hit. Wait, the Sacred Flame, what kind of damage is that? Just fire damage?
Radiant.
Radiant damage. Okay, good. But yeah, that hits. How much damage?
I'll already move on to the next attack. I already gave it to you.
For the mace?
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about for the
No, for the mace.
Okay, just a second.
You said 23 to hit. I said yes.
13 force damage to the face.
All right. So as you cast the sacred flame, you can see flames start to erupt from its feet and consume the giant's legs, and it cries out in pain as it clutches its chain tighter and continues to pull. Then the mace, still in front of its face, smacks him again across the face, and he cries out in pain as he continues to pull. The gate is now 50% open. The giant once again turns and lining up Sunren, Balthus, and Asilarus casts Noxious Gust.
Counterspell.
So you need to make an
Does that count
DC
as a
18
spell?
saving throw.
Can I use counterspell on that?
I don't know if that's no, that's not a spell.
I didn't think so.
It probably is a breath attack.
It's a breath
Is it
attack.
a breath attack?
Well, that sucks.
So DC 18 Constitution save.
22.
Natural 20.
Okay.
26.
Okay. You all succeed, but you still take 18 damage.
I'm not looking too hot.
Then the last remaining Leonin, seeing the power of your spells, Balthus, makes a run at you and attempts to attack you. 18? Hit?
Nope.
20 to hit?
Yes.
So you'll take, 18 damage. And then the last will hit. So 16 plus 7. So another 18 damage on top of that. It runs at you furiously, almost on all fours, and takes 3 swipes with its claws, 2 of them dragging deeply into your chest. It is Silarus's turn.
I will use quicken spell.
Hold up, real quick.
Go ahead.
The giant has to make a wisdom save.
Okay. 15.
Okay, that failed. So it takes 22 damage. Radiant.
Okay. And with that
As you were-
radiant damage, it still is groaning but pulling the chain continuously.
I just took 3 sets of 18 damage, right?
Yes, you did.
Right.
For the
Down to
gust of
25
necrotic
HP,
damage,
friends.
and 2 for the claw attacks. And Silarus, you're up.
I am going to use quicken spell to cast heal on myself. That heals 70 damage. So I'm full up now. Thank God, because I was at 20.
That healed you for 70?
It's a 6th level spell, man.
Oh, you cast it at 6th level? Nice.
It's a 5th level spell, but I cast it at a 6th level. No,
Nice.
I cast it at a 5th level at 70. Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
Yes.
GG's.
And then I will cast Fireball at 5th level at the giant.
Okay.
It needs to make a dex save. DC 18.
Do I need to make a dex save?
It does not make that save.
It takes 39 damage.
Okay.
Where are you, Sunren, in relation to
I'm within 15 feet of the giant.
Uh,
On the
how
ground.
tall is the giant? Oh, well, I'll shoot it at its face so it doesn't hit you.
That's not quite how it works. But what's the rate? He needs to make a
So, yeah,
save
what's
if you
20?
if you do it.
It's 20 feet.
Yep. So he'll need to make a save.
Cool. Dex save.
Dex, yeah.
23.
So he still takes damage. 18? No, what's half of 39? I can't do math right now. I've
It's-
been drinking.
19-ish, 18, 19.
19. Cool.
So take 19. All right.
And as you
guys,
cast that fireball, you can see the fire once again hitting its core, and cracks start to appear more and more over the giant's body, fissures emitting purple light and dust all around it, and it continues to pull the chain. And that's your turn, Silverus?
Yeah.
Okay, Illiphane, you're up.
The giant is all that's left. Yes.
There's still Leonin left.
Leon in front of you.
There's one in front of me. Just hit me for a lot. Come
Oh,
kill
yeah,
it.
that one.
Yeah, it's probably behind you
So
now.
so I don't die.
Well, she's gonna turn and go attack the Leonin.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 25 damage.
Okay.
And second attack is 26
That'll hit.
for 30 damage.
Okay. And with that attack, you run over, seeing that this Leonin has clawed Balthus deeply. And as you this time come from behind and plunge both swords deep into its back, you turn them, one facing up, one facing down, and basically cleave it in half. As both of its sides fall, you can then see Balthus, who seems very relieved that that Leonin is no longer willing to attack him.
Since
Thank you, honey.
I have one more attack left for my action, would I be able to rush back up to the giant and use it on the giant?
Only if you have something you can throw. You won't have enough movement to get there.
Balls. Fine. Okay.
So that's your turn.
Yep.
Sunrun, you're up.
Wisdom save for the giant.
21.
Okay, so 2d8 then. 7 damage.
Okay.
Ouch, that sucks.
Well, it's half damage though. So
As the giant
Sunrun's-
continue to feel the effects of your radiance, it doesn't waver in its dedication to pulling the chain, though the cracks are continuing to grow across its body.
the Pegasus flies in and attacks the giant, just
Okay.
kicking it. Boop. 16.
That'll hit.
Okay. And and 15 damage.
And as your Pegasus swoops in and kicks the back of the giant's head, the cracks had grown too great, and the giant's head falls forward and lands at its feet as the rest of the fissures look like they continue to rupture, and the giant falls into pieces and it dissolves once again into gas. And the chain still moves, but at half speed. It is now about 70% the way open. And you can now see the shape of the Kraken in the distance with its gaping maw and tentacles warping out of the water, in and out, moving towards you. And once again, the voice from above.
Come, my beast. Destroy this place as you once wanted to.
For the rest of the action, the Pegasus flies down to me. And
You're out of initiative. You're good.
Wait, what's up?
You guys are out of initiative. You're good.
Oh, okay. Well, definitely quickly casting. Quick question: does human clerics have lay on hands?
I do not have lay on hands.
Okay.
He's a death cleric.
I just cast heal on Belthus for 80.
And I just cast lay on hands on myself.
For how much heals?
80.
Oh,
7th level.
save me some. Well, I hope you can get that back.
I can. I will. Sacrifice some sorcery points and get it back. So sacrifice another one to get my 6th level spell back.
Well, that takes me to 2 points shy of full, so I'm good.
Yeah, and Sunren heals herself for 37, so brings her up to 110.
Real quick, we're out of initiative order, right?
For now, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take this moment. I'm gonna cast Find Familiar, and I'm gonna summon my familiar in the form of a raven.
Okay.
And it's gonna sit on my shoulder for now.
Sunren quickly mounts on to her Pegasus and understands the desperateness of a Kraken coming and makes basically a low beeline, low to the ground towards the other giant.
And as you
I'll
do,
follow.
once again, the sky thunders with a voice.
Heroes, you will not stop me. Ephara cannot help you.
And descending from the clouds of galactic energy and fire, you see descend still in the air the avatar of Kryxos. He is riding a winged lion and appears to be in an ashen lion form with a humanoid-like appearance similar to a Leonin, with glowing white eyes and a flaming mane of hair that trails behind him. He seems equipped with massive swords and claws and is formidable beyond compare.
How far away is he?
He is still up in the air, kind of in the middle of where the harbor water would be. So probably some in the area of 300 feet away from you right now.
Okay. And this is just an avatar, right? So it's like a magical construct, basically? Or is this the actual god?
Magic works a little different in Theros, so it's Nyx.
Right.
So he's not like a quote-unquote construct, magical construct. He's an
No,
actual
what I'm saying
being.
is he actually there, or is it like a projection?
Yes, you see a corporeal being with a winged lion and his being.
Okay.
But he is also a god.
Gods die every day.
That they might.
The Thane just kind of snarls at the image.
You should go poop on it, Ilfane.
I don't have wings.
You sure none of these are part of your
I mean,
family
could-
tree?
teleport you over there if you want. You want to go over
She-
there? We can go over there.
She kind of turns to Silurus with, these are not my people. They are not my pride. This is filth. And they will die.
I'll show you filth.
And as
That's nice.
as that comes out of the air and leaves his mouth, you see him dart over towards the gates where people are still filing out, and dives down and begins to slaughter those that are trying to flee.
Could during when he flies towards the gates, could Sunrin actually chase?
You can, 100%.
Okay. My Pegasus moves at 90 feet.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the speed is of the thing.
You would be able to follow within probably around 60 feet.
While flying past, I just yelled to my party, take care of the giant and go towards Kryxos. Then
Is he gonna try to fight a god on his own?
No. Okay, so I would be within 60 feet right now.
Yes.
Okay. I can't do anything at 60 feet other than attack it. So
Can you not split off from the party, please?
Not go die?
Never split the party.
still did this. Didn't change.
Okay.
It's,
I
you
will
know,
move toward the
I
giant.
can't fly. I'm gonna go hit something I can hit.
Towards the giant I go.
So as you all run towards the giant, again, you have to cross through the harbor. And as you get about halfway through the harbor, and Gage, I'm assuming you're still trying to charge the Ashen Rider.
Correct.
Okay. So Kryxos turns to you and sees you flying.
You still don't understand the gap in our power.
And with that, he reaches his hand to the sky. And as he projects energy up into the air, you see another bolt of Nyx energy lightning pound right next to where it did, next to the chain where you just defeated the Doom Giant, and another Doom Giant has been spawned and continues pulling on the chain. And we roll for initiative.
$19.
I love this advantage on initiative. I rolled an at 20, so 19.
But you're not
Okay.
with us. So you're not in this group.
No, you're all
Took
in
off.
this group. You're all
Did it?
you are all in the group. No one is near. You guys are all near Kryxos, and you've
He's
triggered his wrath.
He's
So you're
literally
rolling for
killing
initiative.
people, right?
Hmm?
Like
I got a
so I'm
20.
clear on that. He's literally killing people. Like went off to the gate, started killing people.
Oh yeah, until he realized that you were following him, and then he replaced the Doomwing giant that you guys slayed, and is now turning to fight you. Balthus, what's your initiative?
20.
Okay. Balthus, it's your turn. What do you want to do? You have Sunrun, who has gone off and is now somewhat within striking distance of Kryxos, you all have the ability to turn and to rush into that fight or to disengage and try and go and engage either the Doom Giant or the other crew on the other side of the port or harbor. What do you want to do?
Give me just a moment.
Illifane, you seem the most eager to get into a fight. Which one would you go for?
We can't let this Kraken get in.
There's a god inside. I don't think a
Real
Kraken will make it too much
cool.
worse.
Quick question. I know that Nyx is unique to Theros. So
Still magic.
does it count as like aberration or anything like that, or elemental magic? It's just Nyx. All right, cool.
It's just magic.
That really hurts the paladin. So they get a lot of protections against things outside of Theros.
Oh,
Yeah, I am okay.
Are we going to fight a god or are we going to go fight the giant?
2 giants. There's another one
2
now,
giants.
remember?
Dos giant. Yay.
Plus another 4 Leonid on the other side of the river. City's burning with Nyx energy. People are still screaming, trying to leave. God just cut a few people down.
Look, if we take out the god, maybe the other things will disappear?
I mean,
I
I'm
don't
not
know how
sure they'll
these things
disappear.
work.
it might.
Eeny, meeny, miny, 2 giants. Let's go.
I'll fight the giants, but if he just keeps summoning more, we should probably just go fight him.
Well, someone has to take charge.
I guess let's go fight a god. Fuck it.
God, it is.
I'll say at this point, you can be within 90 feet at the start of our actual battle. You can be within 90 feet of Kryxos.
Good. I'm gonna cast Firestorm on him at 18 or at 7th level.
Okay.
Oh, Sundern's gonna be so unhappy.
He needs to roll a dex save, DC 18.
Okay. $22. So he makes it.
Well, in a 10-foot cube around him, it's all going to erupt into flames, and he's going to take half as much damage. We'll say, what is it? I got 39, so
Usually round up. So
20 points of damage he takes.
Okay.
And so if he's standing in the middle, there's going to be like a 10-foot or 10-foot cubes around him that are all burning.
Okay. What do you mean 10-foot cubes?
The space it's generally around like in 10-foot cubes.
Right. So
around him
so
is all burning.
Right. So there's a 10-foot cube singular around him that is burning now.
It says the area of the storm consists of up to 10-foot cubes.
Up to 10-foot cubes. Okay.
so it's kind of
10-foot cubes all around him in burning.
So what is you've got how much feet in any direction?
So if he's in the middle, so he would have to move We'll say
If you do a square around them, it's gonna be 20
9.
feet.
Yeah, you would have to
total.
move 20 feet in any direction to
Okay.
get out
Good
of
to
the
know.
fire.
All right, Sunrun. You are probably a good 40 feet away. What do you want to do?
Move right into 30 feet.
Okay. So
And
not in the fire.
Not in the fire. And would like to cast my my sacred oath and to cast channel
Are you
divinity
within
champ-
30 feet of him?
Yes.
Okay. You need to give me a wisdom save.
Cool.
Do we get to know why?
No. 25.
That'll make it. Okay.
Okay. And then would like to cast Champion's Challenge. What that does is, as a bonus action, you issue a challenge that compels other creatures to do battle with you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't willingly move more than 30 feet away from you. This effect ends on the creature if you are incapacitated or die, or if the creature is more than 30 feet away from you.
Okay.
So he's forced to stay in the fire.
So he has to stay within 30 feet of me, unless I'm about the range. And he has to make a wisdom save.
Okay. $24.
And it failed. Lovely. Do and okay. How tall are the flames?
Ooh,
The
good
10 high?
question.
Are they also it's a cube, so it's 10 feet high as well, right?
Yeah.
Or low. Okay, so way more enough movement to go around that, or under or above. So would like to fly over the remaining movement, so I should have 70 move left. Fly over and above within 15 feet of
Sorry, how
Kryxos?
high were they?
10 feet.
It's 10 feet.
Okay.
Has 70 movement left. And he has to, now within 15 feet, he has to make a wisdom save of 18.
Oh, I forgot. Each creature in that cube needs to make that save.
Okay.
So whatever beast he's riding needs to make the save as well.
Okay. He got off his beast, but yeah, we're good.
Is he on the ground or is he in the air?
He's on the ground.
He's on the ground.
Oh, okay.
He's on the ground. His beast, however, is not.
Got it.
And he
I didn't
21.
hear you say that he dismounted. My bad.
Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't. My bad.
Yeah, I didn't know. All right.
I said that he
Well,
went down and started killing people. To me,
Yeah,
Oh, I
I
thought he was
assumed he was
on
still
it.
riding the lion.
Is the lion also within 15 feet of me then too?
no.
Okay, just him. Well, here we go. He takes 12 radiant.
Okay.
And do God load. And then I will cast fog cloud on top of him. So it's got a 20 feet radius, and it creates 20-foot fog around him, and it spreads around the corners, and the area is heavily obstructed. It lasts for the duration, or until up to an hour, or until a wind of moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles per hour, disperses it.
Okay.
And so he would have I don't know about. I think blindness.
Okay.
And that is the turn.
All right. Silurus.
So can I see him
Nope.
through the fog?
Well,
No,
he's now surrounded in fire and fog.
That would be a
Um,
no. You can see his line, though. In the air, about 30 or so feet off the ground.
I will cast disintegrate on the lion.
Okay.
He needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
What's the DC?
18.
It saves.
It saves. So it's good. I'm gonna leave it at that. I can't do anything else.
Okay. Ilfane.
So I can't see the guy. This is very frustrating to me right now. Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't pick up javelins.
Still couldn't see him to hit him.
Can't see him to hit him.
You can't
You
see
see the
him.
lion.
What's
True.
True.
I would have tossed you some javelins.
It's not your turn.
No, I know. I'm saying I would have in the past. I would have known.
I know. I'm just saying.
Did she grab some off of you?
No, I'm flying above a
yeah,
hellstorm
you
of
are.
fog and fire with a demon lord in the middle.
You screwed us a little bit.
I'm pretty sure Sunrin said not to come over here.
Yeah, because you're gonna fight God all by yourself. Good plan.
Are you not doing anything, Ilfane?
I don't have anything to throw, and I can't see the guy that is now in the middle of fire and shrouded from my view. So I guess I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay. So
Fire. Interesting. Watch the power of a god.
Okay, have the power of the god roll a wisdom save. It's his turn.
$26.
Okay, cool.
I couldn't
Takes-
hear that over your grumble.
You said 26.
26, bitch.
He takes 14 radiant damage.
Fair.
Also, his movement speed is halved, by the way.
Gods move in different ways.
and with that, he is going to use his innate ability to teleport to his mount as he is not riding. Instantly, he appears atop his mount. And you're wondering what the hell happened. He then is going to take a look at you, Sunrun, and is going to make a ranged attack. 24 to hit.
Okay. Does not hit.
Does not hit. Okay.
No.
And then he is going to make a... Oh, it's going to attempt to make another attack on you. 26.
No.
Wow. Okay, then.
I got +2 AC for my shield of faith, so I'm 27 right now.
Wow. Very nice. All right. And then it's Lion, or he's going to move on his Lion. Another 60 feet up in the air.
Okay.
How far is he now?
So he is now 90 feet
Oh.
off the ground.
All right.
Okay. It's like 60 feet from me.
Balthus, you're up.
Um, does his lion understand common?
No, it does not.
Are you sure about that?
I am absolutely sure about that.
Okay. I don't want to hear him utter any commands to it then verbally in common.
He's not going to utter anything in common to his mount. Promise.
I'm getting sassy. I'm a sassy cleric.
You can be sassy.
You can be sassy later. We're trying to be kick-assy right now.
He knows all languages.
Does he?
That's
He
nice.
does.
He
Glad
knows
can
all
work.
languages.
He's a god.
He's a god.
A god.
And he's been talking to you.
Seriously.
Well, he didn't say that he knew all languages. That's just good to know. I'm glad that he knows all languages.
Good, thank you. I'm glad.
And you said he's 90 feet away?
90 feet away, 90 feet up in the air, and you are 90 feet away. I would assume that would make him a good bit further from you.
I'm looking to see what I can do here. Okay. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at him at 3rd level.
Okay.
That is a ranged attack, so I will roll. Okay, I'll take a natural 20.
Nice.
So we'll say 12d6. That's 37 radiant damage.
Okay. All right.
And let's see, what else? Can I do anything else? I'm just gonna yell at him, "Get back down here!" And that's it.
Sunrun.
Yes. So she's going to fly up into his range, and then once she hits the 15 feet, once again, wisdom save.
Okay. 25.
All right, and 10 radiant. She's going to be like 15 feet from him and shouts command and tells him to grovel. So he has to make a wisdom save of 18. If he fails it, he falls prone, which should make him fall to the ground from 90 feet.
23.
Okay. Did nothing.
Is that it?
That'd be it. Just make sure there's nothing on the.
Was that a charm spell?
It was. It's an enchantment, technically.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. No, it doesn't look like it does anything on a failed save. So.
Okay. Silurus, you're up.
Can I use twin spell to attack or to cast fireball at him and his mount separately? Or
Fireball has an AoE effect
It's
already.
an AoE.
Yeah, Fireball's an
So I can
AoE
only
and he's
do it
riding
once.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
So-
do them both at him.
So I will twin spell at him and cast fireball twice.
Okay.
What's the radius on that?
20 feet.
Okay.
I give no fucks.
Uh,
So he needs to make a dex save.
Okay.
Both of you, I guess.
Cool. 23.
You have to make 2 dex saves?
Yeah, I gotta make 2
So
dex
casting it
saves.
twice?
What's the save?
Yep.
18.
19, and I threw my thing behind. All right, so the mount does not make the save, he does.
All right. So he the mount takes. Oh, good lord. I have to math.
Need me
92
beyond.
damage.
92 damage? Okay.
And he takes half of that.
Also, did
math.
your mount take the radiant damage too?
46.
Yeah, 46.
Knight, did the mount also take the radiant damage?
Yes.
Okay, so he took 10.
And Sunwin, you take 46 damage as well. Sorry.
Fudge!
And he's
Friendly
like, out of my-
fire? Holy shizzles.
Yeah, that's the second time.
Well,
Whew.
I'm
Not a lot I can do.
Friendly fire, man.
maybe cast a
Whoo,
spell that doesn't
boy.
murder me. Cool. Well, that hurt.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got some casters here. You got to be
Um,
careful with that too.
Paladin.
Wait, 1 sec. I might be able to actually.
You can heal yourself.
Did you not?
What's that?
Did you not take careful spell?
No, I did not.
Are you kidding me?
Good.
You're 13 level.
You told me not to actually.
I thought you got 4.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
You only get 3?
Yeah, I only got 3.
Oh, I thought you got 4.
Yeah.
I
I blame you.
said to take those 3 main ones and the other one like careful, and then that way this doesn't happen. I thought you had 4.
Well,
That's my
here.
bad.
Well, I will
Careful spells for losers.
use quicken spell to use my bonus action to cast heal. So you heal 70. So,
Now heal 70.
yes.
Okay, well I guess that works.
Oh, see, there you go. You didn't even get hurt. Stop crying.
I got more health.
What did you get healed for?
70.
Nice.
Still not at max, but almost.
There goes my 2 big spell slots again.
Ilfane.
Yeah. Man,
good?
what can I do right now?
I tried to make him fall.
Yeah. hmm
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. It's
Giant cat meat grinder on the ground. Yeah, just standing there.
okay.
On to the next.
I grow tired of you, winged one.
And he is going to target
You can roll wisdom
Pegasus.
save first.
22.
Okay.
Was that 10 damage or you just roll again?
I have to roll each time.
Yep.
Him and his mount both take 13.
Okay.
How's that mount looking?
Rough, but still flying. And he is going to target Pegasus with a bolt of ash.
Bolt of ash.
Yep.
Cool. As
23 to hit.
so, the Pegasus has an AC of 12.
Okay.
But as a no action, I can control air and water. This last time I can use this.
No.
I can't just be like
No.
no action cast. Okay,
No.
after this one. All right, cool. Well, this is gonna suck.
Not this one. It's a bolt of ash because of the stat block I'm using. It's really a bolt of Nyx because of the god. So
Mm.
Okay, I thought it was ash. So never mind. We're good.
I know.
And this wasn't air. This was a different spell. But okay.
Correct. You're fine. But yeah, it is going to take 22 necrotic damage.
Okay. Here we go. Actually, have to keep it. Trying to airbend a shield. Waterbend a shield, actually.
Then it's going to attack Pegasus again with a 29 to hit
Yeah, that hits.
for an additional 22 damage.
Okay.
Is Pegasus still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Not by much, though.
Okay. And it is going to he is going to look down upon the rest of the party that has been casting spells at him and his mount. And he is going to cast a blade barrier in between you and himself. It is 100 feet long, 20 feet high, and 5 feet thick.
What level
Counter
spell
spell.
is that?
It is an innate ability.
Okay. Yeah, can't do it.
And it is a wall of whirling, razor-sharp blades.
Okay.
All right. And the mount is going to fly
At half speed.
right at you, which is well within its even half speed range, and also attack Pegasus with I have to make an attack roll. That is a 18.
Yeah, that would normally hit.
Hit Pegasus?
Yeah, it normally would. Attacking Pegasus, right?
Yes.
Okay, 1 sec. To figure out what this one is. I would like to use my Divine Allegiance as a reaction.
Okay, what does that do?
And I use my reaction to take the damage myself.
Okay.
It can't be reduced or prevented anyway. I just take the damage.
You just take the damage yourself. Okay, that is 16 damage.
Okay. And boop. Cool.
Okay. And we're back up to the top of the order.
Is that me?
It is you.
I'm gonna cast command
Okay.
at the lion to knock it prone. I'm gonna
Okay.
force it to grovel. DC Wisdom save 18.
Wisdom save 18. It is, hold on. Let me pull up the lion stat. 15. So it fails.
The
It
lion's
falls like a
prone
rock.
right
Yep.
through the blade barrier, and so does the god.
They're not above the blade barrier.
The barrier is at
You
the
said
diagonal.
it was between. You said it was between us and them, right? We were
Diagonal.
below them, so they would fall through it.
You did
We're
not
at a
move.
Diagonal.
You're diagonal.
Diagonal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a diagonal barrier. Yeah.
Like 120 feet away from us in a diagonal.
So they both have to take your fall damage, right?
Correct.
Ooh. From 90 feet up?
From 90 feet. That sounds fun.
Yep. Which is 96. D&D Beyond. Help me,
Are we-
math.
Are we doing math for the per foot to damage ratio?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that would be 36 damage each.
How's that lion doing?
Lion's still rough, but still kicking.
All right, as my bonus action, I'm gonna cast. Where are
You can no longer see them. So if it's something that requires sight, you can no longer see them
Why?
Where did they land?
Oh, fun.
because they landed directly below where they were.
Was,
So
was,
the
Okay.
barrier is
directly
actually- is
so
still
they
in the
landed
air.
directly below Sunrun, who is still in front of you and in front of the wall in the air. So they landed in the ground, in front of the wall, in front of you. Now the
Oh, this
wall
one's
is
on the
between you
ground.
and them.
So the wall automatically moves?
No, the wall is directly in front of you.
it's on the ground.
The
Yeah, I
wall
thought it
is
was
on the
in air.
ground,
See, I'm
directly in front of
confused
you.
About how you, because when you
Blade
cast
barrier
it, you're
wall appears in front of you, directly in front of you. You were 90 feet away at a diagonal from them. Sunrun moved in, and he moved in to attack him. So they are roughly kind of 30-ish feet away from where they first started, still 60 feet away from you. And the wall is only 5 feet thick. So they're still a good 55 feet away from the wall, now on the ground. So Sunrun is above them on Pegasus. They are now on the ground. There's a giant wall of whirling blades in front of you.
okay.
Uh,
My spell doesn't say that I need to see them in order to cast it.
Okay. I'm saying if it requires sight, you can no longer see them. So I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
How far away from me are they?
We just established that they were, 65 feet away?
How far away is the blade barrier from me?
It's right in front of you.
How
Close.
far?
It's 5 feet away from you. If you move forward, you will be cut by razor blades.
Okay.
Think of it like a lair action.
We also have your zombie slave. I just forgot about that.
True.
I do, but it's standing next to Silurus to keep him alive.
Carl.
appreciate it, Carl.
Oh.
His name's
Carl!
not Carl.
Carl.
It's Biff.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It is Sunrun's
Uh,
turn,
I'm-
unless
I'm
Balthus has
looking-
another spell.
I am looking at my bonus actions to see if there's anything else that I can do. How far away is Sunrin?
I'm like, what, 60 plus 9? I'm far.
Bit.
How much health are you down right now?
Not much, like 24. Oh, like 17. I'm good.
Okay. How's your mount doing?
It doesn't really matter, but it's 15 health left to 59.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on his mount. So that's 2d4 plus 5. Where are my d4s at? Not a lot, but
sorry, so when the creature has been hit by the bolt of Nyx, the creature cannot regain hit points until the start of the rider's next turn.
Question. The bolt of Nyx was what hit the first 2 times, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you're fine if you needed to heal because you just got hit with the line.
That's what I was asking. Cool.
yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. And Sunrun, you're up.
Sunrun flies straight down within the range, and her Pegasus just basically stomps on the lion.
Savage. Lion's we're gonna say give me a roll to hit.
21.
Yep. You
Yeah.
Pegasus stomps on the lion's head and it caves in and the lion ceases moving.
Sunrun takes this point to Just also
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Yes. 27.
27. All right. 6.
Okay.
Sunrin pops off of the Pegasus, and Pegasus can't move anymore. That's 90 feet, and attacks with her longsword.
Okay.
And while doing this, casts Blinding Smite.
Okay.
So I deal an extra 3d8 damage. The weapon flares in bright light. You have to make a 60 to Constitution save or be blinded until the spell ends.
Wait. Okay. What's the save? Sorry, you said that fast.
Yeah, sorry. Constitution saving throw.
A Constitution save. Okay.
Yep.
20.
So it doesn't get blinded, but does take 3d8 on top of the 1d8, which you have to actually hit the attack first. Do that.
Yeah. You would probably need to hit first.
Yep.
But
and roll. So nat 20 on the first one.
okay.
So that's a crit. So that's 2d8 plus 6. So first attack does 21.
Okay.
And then on top of that does an additional 14, so 35 damage.
Okay.
And then she swings again for 18.
Okay.
Does that hit?
That just hits. Yes.
Okay. And again, an additional 12 damage on top of that.
Okay.
And she just stays right in front of him.
Okay. Silurus.
Oh,
actually, so at this moment, you hear cries ringing out behind you, and as you turn, you hear the Kraken roar, even louder than before, and you can see the Kraken is within about 200 feet of the gate, and the gate is about 90% open. 4 of the Leonid have come to charge you from the rear. And they are about good 60 feet away.
All right. I don't know what I want to do. You screwed it up. You screwed up my plans.
I'm the DM, hate me.
I am going to use the last of my sorcery points, which I probably shouldn't do, but oh well, done it. And cast disintegrate on the wall of blades.
Okay.
So there's no more wall between us and the god, and we can actually see him now and get to him if we need to.
Okay.
Or at least a 10-foot cube portion of it.
Okay.
And that will be my action.
All right. Ilfane.
How far away are the Leonin?
I said roughly at 60 feet.
Stay here. I have a plan for that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. 60 feet that way or 60 feet the other way.
Go help Sunrin.
Man,
Go help
what a
Sunrin.
decision.
Go help Sunray.
She's gonna go her 35 feet towards the Leonin bastard impersonator.
Okay. And that's the end of your turn, correct?
See.
All right. So the Kryxos.
He rolls a wisdom save.
Yep. 24.
24. All right.
I thought of something funnier than 24.
I'll just little bitch at the end of each one. You take 9 damage.
I grow tired of these games. My Kraken approaches. Feel the wrath of its might.
You don't want to fight us anymore? You scared?
He is going to cast his Bolt of Nyx one more time at the Pegasus. $19 to hit
That would hit.
for 22 damage.
So, as a reaction, she uses Divine Allegiance and takes the 22 damage herself.
Okay.
Now, yeah, so, hey, not 20 damage.
Foolish mortal. Saving a mere creature.
And he reaches up to the sky and once again calls forth a blast of Nyx. The sky rumbles and the Nyx comes down once again as he has summoned another winged lion. And he mounts the winged lion and then fades into the Nyx.
Deal with my Kraken heroes. I will face you later.
Pussy!
Lion makes a wisdom save.
And as he leaves,
I was waiting for a counter spell there. That was magic.
as he leaves the area, you see one of the busts of Ephara reanimate. You've driven him off. I'm still weak, but they're starting to believe, and I have enough in me as a goddess to do this. And as the sky's clear of Nyx, with Kryxos leaving, you can see the sky light up with white radiance. 2 beams of light burst down from the heavens and immediately wipe out the Doomwake giants and snap the chains that they've been pulling. And the great gate violently rushes to the surface, once again shutting the path to the Kraken. And you can hear the ginormous slam of the gate and then the slam of the Kraken against the gate, once again thwarted. And there is calm. The 4 Leonid that were charging run. The people that were still left in the city stop. And there's a stillness in the air. The fire subsides as Ephara emits a glow over the city and calms all the chaos. And when her light fades, she appears before you in corporeal form this time. Thank you, heroes, for saving this city. I am weak and must return to the temple. Would you please guide me? And with that, she falls into the arms of Sunrun.
Sunrin catches her and just kind of kneels down and holds her a little weak from being blasted with Nyx, and just looks at her Pegasus fondly.
Oh, wait, is your Pegasus dead?
No.
Oh.
Divine Allegiance and Paladins.
I was okay. I don't have to save its. I don't have to
Okay.
bring it back from death.
Can Sunrin tell if she's like how she's doing like, physically, or would I know if anything would heal a god?
Give me a medicine check.
All right. 3.
You have no idea how to heal a god, but you do remember her saying to get her to the temple.
That's fair. I she's like human sized?
Yes.
Okay, a corporeal form for a god could be very tall. Just saying. Just wondering. I'm wondering. Anyway, Sunrin helps her onto her Pegasus and flies her to the temple.
As you enter the temple, you lay her body at the foot of the altar to where she is worshipped. And she begins to eat the fruit of the offerings that have been given to her by her patrons. And you can slowly see that energy seems to rejuvenate her body. Her breath becomes less staggered. Her posture becomes more straight. And she looks at you. Let us wait for the rest of your band of heroes. I will give you your reward. Thank you for helping.
She bows her head.
We will rush to catch up.
I'm gonna walk over to the dead lion, the mount.
Oh,
And
Turks.
I'm gonna cast Revivify on it.
It faded away into the Nyx when it died.
Well, poo.
The party makes their way to the temple, chasing after Sunrin. And as you meet them in the temple, Ephara seems a bit more composed than she was before. Thank you once again, heroes, for helping, but this is far from over. This was just the beginning. I don't know how, but this group, this cult, has brought this god into being by the will of the Nyx. If they continue getting more followers, that is just the beginning, just the tip of his power. We must stop him, or Theros itself is doomed.
Sunrin bows her head. As you need Thassa for water, I am at your call as a knight until this is defeated.
Thank you, brave Triton.
It means more people to talk about me, so I am in.
I simply want to know why my people are following this thing. She's very agitated.
You and me both.
What?
Mara?
Pardon? What? Ooh, what?
Meow?
Meow?
I think she hit puberty.
Can I do something for flavor? This is her temple. This is her temple, correct?
I keep reminding you, you don't have to ask. You just
Do it.
do.
I would like to beseech my god to make an appearance in this moment.
Okay.
Nothing happened.
Who is your god?
Erebos.
Erebos.
Erebos? Forgive me, I haven't looked up Erebos yet. This is brand new content.
He
What
is a
Erebos
god of the
of?
underworld.
God of
He's
death
god
in
of
the
death.
underworld.
Erebos gives no foxes.
I am aware that he doesn't give foxes.
He does
I'm
not
beseeching
appear.
to see if he'll show up.
He does not appear.
I have to roll a percentile dice.
He doesn't appear.
Sad.
He
Well,
gives no
since
foxes.
he doesn't show up today, I'm just gonna go drink some wine. Where's the wine?
Thunder sighs and just rubs her temples.
Gabrielle, see to it that these heroes are fed and clothed. Bestow upon them a small fortune, any of the blessed weapons we hold beneath. And please make sure that they are taken care of as they continue to fight this threat. Any temple that you visit of mine, in all of Meletis, will now guide you and protect you. If there are resources you need, they are yours to find. Betray me, and death will follow.
Death and I don't plan on betraying you, but Death
And
and I
with
have an
that-
understanding.
She kind of evaporates into her altar, into the statue, and you see a galactic mist float through the top of the temple, and you are left standing there.
Girl sure knows how to make an exit.
And that was a one-shot in Theros.